I'm promoted to being your dinner friend. I'm a great dinner friend. I might even eat with you. I'm kind of hungry. You got more snacks behind me here. Plenty of snacks. Won the die roll. That's a good start. Hearthstone hands. Hearthstone hands. I think I'm supposed to bottom that. You're not allowed to play, J-Tinny. That's sad. That's true. Hearthstone deck had a Hearthstone hand. News at 11. Probably fetch a sad swamp and then or we could Goblin Lore. Whee! Darn it, chat. Chat, we didn't discard the bird, chat. Why are we so unlucky, chat? We didn't discard the bird. Whew! Thank God these little pups have menace. Ooh. Ooh. I'm totally just tending them here, right? Not close. Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. I should have kept the Faithless Looting in my hand. Because then I could have tended them again next turn. I wonder if they're playing Devotion or Panza. Definitely Devotion. Going big fishing, spin the G's. We doing big fishing. They're just little menacing pups. Gonna hit you for 6. God, this card is so absurd. And Arch just for the rub-ins. For the rub-ins. What just total absurdity? I think I'm just cutting these Collective Brutalities and bringing in Thoughtseizes to get their payoffs. I was going to earlier this week, Justin, but then because I missed half of yesterday's stream, I needed to get in some donation decks today. It's called Weaponized Variants. This is what it's like to be on the other side of the table, chat. Remember, every time you scrimp and scrape together a win, you could be doing this to people instead. Every hand is a good hand when you can randomly redraw more than half of it. Yep. Sounds good, Jonesy. I'll check my messages after I'm off today, probably 2 or 3 hours or so. I mean, I would say this hand doesn't do anything, but we actually don't know what this hand does or doesn't do, so we're gonna keep it. This hand could literally be anything, chat. You know, I don't even know what this hand is. Lap-up-up. Put my pupper into play. Put my pupper into play. Puppy. All right, I'm gonna cast Burning Inquiry here, so that way we can ditch this bird and put it back into play. And I'd complain that our hand is bad, but we're gonna turn this into a different hand here momentarily, so you know, details. Would you like to trade? Didn't want to trade. Rats. Plow under. Actual, factual plow under, chat. Yeah, I should have fetched because of the Bloodghast. You're super right. So I'm gonna do this. Get that out of my hand. Yes. And now I need to fetch first because I want to be able to have a red up after I cast this. Good news, chat. Our hand can only get better from here. Our hand has but one direction with which to go. Well, that's a little unfortunate. All right, if I would have gotten the Bloodghast back with proper sequencing last turn, they'd be going to 6 right now. To be fair, our hand didn't get worse. It stayed the same. We did draw 3 and discard the same 3. We milled ourselves for 3 and Lightning Bolt. We basically bolted them with the Burning Inquiry. It's fine. We'll cheer if I tell you. What is it? Independent events. So you're 0.5 to discard the first time. You're 0.4 to discard the last time. And you're 0.25 to discard the last one. So you're 5% to keep your same ones. That sounds right. 5%. 50% chance to discard a new one the first time. 40% chance to discard a new one the second time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Mr. Tasty, thank you. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. What if we were to bolt this, because it's going to chump block? Oh, did our Blackcleave Cliffs become Bloodstained Mire? Fair. So I missed 2 points of damage this game. And they're at 3, so like, you know, things to think about. But to answer your question, if you have 3 cards and you draw and discard 3 at random, you're 5% to keep your 3 original cards. That's what we were calculating. That's weird. That's weird. That was really easy, chat. Magic's, oh, I'm supposed to shield. I don't remember what I shilled last time. Anybody remember what we shilled? I think it was the other one. Magic's really easy when you play good decks. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer. Sometimes I'm a memer, but right now we're playing a real deck, Black Red Hollowed One. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason that I'm able to spend so much time streaming and working on stuff for my website and all this other stuff that I do as a job right now. Really, really grateful to all the people that help me do that. And of course, past that, you can support my stuff by supporting some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards directly to the players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronics, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. If you are enjoying the content that you're new, make sure you hit the follow button at the very least. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. Hearthstone hand for a Hearthstone deck. Oh, so fitting. This hand is more than good. It's great. We're on the play. So you should always top on the play when you're fetching because it's a sign of strength. We say Hollow One is better than humans. From experience, it feels that way. I think Hollowed One is a better what I would call modern deck. I think Hollowed One has better nut draws than humans by a significant margin. I wouldn't be surprised to find out humans was better against the field, but as far as like doing a busted modern things goes, I think this deck is probably much better. We are on track to 5-0, Brecken. Alright, so we're definitely bidding the bird here because we're gonna get to bring it back. After I bring back the bird, I'll have 4-5 cards. Yeah, I can discard this land, so I get to bring back the bird here, and then next turn I can delve the fish, doing big fishing. My opponent is complaining that my deck is good when I'm lucky. I'm letting them know I am lucky. That is why I play this. Come on now. You know, this isn't a deck you play if you're unlucky, chat. If you're unlucky, play something else. You probably want to register Hollowed Fountain if you're unlucky, because that way you can at least say your deck is bad when you lose. All right, you're dead. Next one. Good, excellent. Field of Ruin. What are the odds? Even money Field of Ruin means Hollowed Fountain? Just like even, easy peasy? Blue-white control. Out 2 bolts, in 2 Thoughtseizes. Let's do it. If you're gonna play Magic Online, you should just be aware that there is an absurd amount of Hollowed Fountain decks. I don't think you keep 7s without an enabler. Oh, baby. so here's the other trick if you're gonna play this deck on Magic Online. Slide Hollow Boy all the way to the left because Moto doesn't like to take cards from the left. Moto doesn't like to take cards from the left. Thoughts on Taco Bell? The quesarito is great. The quesarito is great. See, I told you, chat. Always hide your hollowed ones on the left. Always hide the hollowed ones on the left. Just you didn't think you were gonna learn anything today, did you? And I'm here giving away deep dark Moto secrets. Boop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, flame me, baby. Flame on. Flooded Strand is technically more important in that list. So opponent sequencing a little bit sloppy here. Unless they have two paths. They have two paths. Yeah, they could have denied me getting the bird back. This deck is so dumb. Do I want to flashback looting or play Flameblade Adept? Part of me wants to play Flameblade Adept, right? What do we think? Play Flameblade Adept or jam, I think it's Adept. Sweet, and they're pathing me again, which means I get to keep this land to discard to a Faithless Looting. My poor little bird. Money for a new song to hum along to. I gotta feel it. The song's gotta come natural, okay, chat? Bolt the bird if they path it. That's an interesting line. Maybe that was a good one. I didn't think about that. It's an interesting axis of attack. Actually gonna lead on Faithless Looting flashback because I'd like to guaranteed get the hollowed one into play and not risk discarding it. All right, well, now we're here to risk it for the biscuit, chat. Slide old hollowy one to the left. To the left, to the left, ooh. All the cards you want to keep in your hand to the left. Didn't work that time, chat. Moto must be bugged. My bug didn't work. Moto must be bugged. Gotta file for comp. Dear Moto representative, I was trying to abuse a bug in your application and it was unabusable. Would you consider giving me my money back since I was unable to abuse it? All right, let's go to the next one. Sang the song and everything. All right. Onward, upward, backward, forward. I'd love to play first. Well. You could maybe argue that I shouldn't keep this, but I'm gonna keep it. That's how we roll. Ye of little faith, doubt the Goblin Lore, or Burning Inquiry, or Faithless Looting into Street Wraith that resides on top of my deck. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Just need all of y'all out there to believe, okay? Just need all of y'all to believe. Yeehaw! Remember when I said this wasn't the deck for you if you weren't lucky? Be luckier. Be luckier. Thoughtseize myself. Now that seems loose. That seems super aggressive. What you got over there? What you got over there? They have Bolt and Path. We could be in trouble. Just Helix seems good for us. We get to flip our other thing into play. Oh, what a nice Hallowed Fountain deck you have over there, opponent. What a nice deck full of Hallowed Fountains. What a nice deck full of Hallowed Fountains. What a low variance game we play. Yeah, I know, but then like I'd have gotten Supreme Verdicted, and now I'm not gonna get Supreme Verdicted. Looking for a land, an untapped land specifically. Rude. It is time to kick Moto. You are not wrong. Oh. Whale. Oh, would you look at that, chat? Guess who's got two thumbs and isn't playing around a sweeper? This guy right here. Guess who's got two thumbs and is hoping a Supreme Verdict isn't coming off the top? This guy right here. All right, this is all we got. This is all we got. Oh, look at that. We have a 12 power in play, and they have 11 points of health. That's such a convenient amount of health for them to have. Nice Hallowed Fountain deck. Never forget, when you're playing a Hallowed Fountain deck and this happens to you, you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. You have no one to blame but yourself. Almost everything that's wrong with Modern is you are not wrong. You are not wrong. Alright, enjoy the beautiful painter serving for half a moment. Let's restart Moto. The only acceptable Hallowed Fountain deck in Modern is Cheerios. If you're not playing Cheerios and you registered Hallowed Fountain, you have but yourself to blame. "24 minutes, 2-0 in the league. Even restarted Magic Online." Y'all ready for this? No, Lava with the $10 donation. Love watching you play with such skill. Can you please add Grishelbrand to the queue if it isn't there, so I can watch the recent Stoneforge is too powerful for Modern. 10 out of 10, no Lava. Can make that happen. The Tron button isn't good here, chat. This deck's got a good Tron matchup. All right. That took. You ready to run them down, chat? You ready to run them down? Ready to get them? Gonna get you drunk, get you love drunk off Hollowed One's humps. It's humps, it's humps, it's humps, it's lovely little lumps. Check them out. The sand could be literally anything, chat. Literally anything. This person plays blue-red thing. This deck plays a Tasigur because being able to delve for less is valuable. Alright, pretty sure I just play Flameblade Adept here since I drew it. Rather than Faithless Looting. And then next turn probably Goblin Lore. It does extras. Yeah, I guess we can hold up Bolt here. They look like Storm so far. They have fetch lands, though. That's a perfect draw. I'm actually not gonna hold up Bolt now. Yeah, I'm a liar. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna put this Flamewake back into play. I don't know how the deck things work, so put this towards a deck of your choice. Super fluish derp. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. There have been recent versions of Storm running fetch lands. Interesting. I'm still just going to put this bird into play and attack them. If they want to try and kill me next turn, that's fine. I think I'm just supposed to clock them for sure. Could still be a thing in the ice deck. Could be Storm. Don't 100% know for sure. Bolt Path almost certainly means thing in the ice deck. Or probably the thing Ascension deck that we played against earlier today. Yep, looks like it. I'm gonna go make smaller, discard, and then finish this with a bolt. I have another thing in the ice and a Bedlam Reveler. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more spell lets them cast Bedlam Reveler. Gross. We ditched their Helix and left them their Bedlam Reveler. They're pretty far dead at this point. If I get thrown back, nope, 0 chance. Milk Dud. So, all right. I was like, do I get to sideboard? Guess who's back? Back again. Nivik's back. Tell a friend. Nivik's back. Yes, he's back. Do. I think I cut Bolt here. How do we feel about this? Just Bolt Brutality out, push Leyline in. I kind of like this. What do we think? Discuss. You know what I think is disingenuous? I think it's disingenuous to say anything is fine so long as it has a deck building requirement. I think that's absurd. You could say Chrome Mox is fine because it has a deck building requirement that you have to put non-artifact cards under it. It still does absurd things. Get out of here. I recommend jump around. Jump around. So some people send streamers money so they can play songs against the rules. Other people send me money to sing terrible beatbox ripoffs. That sounds great. That sounds great. I think this hand's fine. It's got a turn 2 Delve threat, right? Show me a hollowed one. Alright, I got that. Ditching the swamp here, I think. Yeah, probably. It's so lazy to imply that any card with a deck building requirement is fine. At the end of the day, you need to look at the absolute power level of things because that's what matters. I think I actually hold these now, right? Because they're +6 damage next turn. They're actually dead on... They're going to be dead to these, right? Tilt. Alrighty. Smush, 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 smush. Someone was asking earlier about the one Tasigur. This game was actually a really good example of why the one Tasigur is here. I wouldn't have been able to play this on turn 2 if this had been another Gurmag Angler. So, pretty happy with what we did there. Let's just get him again. So, in the dark, I would snap this off. Is it possible I'm supposed to mulligan because this is a Leyline of the Void matchup? This hand could be fine, but I feel like it might be worth going to 6 to try and get a Leyline of the Void. Like, obviously, if we go, like, you know, this, and to ditch this, play this, like, it's absurd. Yeah, I guess we're supposed to keep this. I mean, we're always gambling regardless of what we're doing. We're playing Magic. Magic is gambling. Another good example of Tasigur being great here. If this had been a Gurmag Angler, I'd have had to delve that Flamewake Phoenix. So, things to think about why there's that one Tasigur. I believe F6, Nivik. Three cards we wouldn't mind discarding. I mean, I feel like they have a lot of cards that they should be good against us. Usually their deck has Anger in the sideboard too, which should also be pretty good against us. If their hand's, like, at all reasonable from here, we should probably die. This isn't rest in peace, chat. It doesn't get rid of the stuff already in their graveyard. Think I cast it anyways. Oh. So I should actually play a land out here, because if I draw a hollowed one, I want to be able to cast it and bring back Flamewake Phoenix in the same turn. Yeah, we have Fatal Pushes. All right, now I'm done. Now I'm done. It's enough. It's enough for me. All right. All right. Slow and steady, chap. Slow and steady. Peace, Sal. Have a good evening. We'll probably end up 3-2, which is why I'm playing a meme this weekend and not playing a good deck, because good decks 3-2 just like everything else. The meme is everything's a 3-2 deck, also includes the good decks, so. Is the Ascension matchup pretty good against Solid 1, Stinger? It seems like it has a lot of good tools to be good there. I feel like it's got to be pretty good, pretty reasonable for the thing side. Ah, a Birds of Paradise strategy, I see. Of course Teamer was a 3-2 deck. It's a modern deck after all. That was a punt. If I would have played the fetch land, I could have played Gurmag Angler this turn. I guess I'll just play this. I guess I messed up and I can't be as aggressive as possible. Just attack you for 6 and play this 4/4 on turn 2. That's all I got, I guess. It's just really frustrating missequencing. What's better, Birds of Paradise or Hallowed Fountain? They're like fighting for last, Tefri. They're both trying their hardest, but... Oh no, not scavenging us. How can I ever beat this powerful magic card? Oh no, no, please don't eat my graveyard, scavenging us. How will I ever win the game then? Oh no. Do you guys go like bolt their thing, play a thing? I think so. I think it's just like kill your thing, attack you for 5, play a 5/5. Alright, put you to 9, 10 power in play. This is all I got. Gosh. Matthew, are you here? I know you're here on occasion. You should really play this deck this weekend. This deck is much better than Grixis Death Shadow. Oh look, a land means I can guaranteed flash this back. So you're dead. Right? Oh, they'll be 1 short? Do I just want to play Hollowed One then? I just want to play Hollowed One, right? I think this deck is much better than Grixis. Nice 3-2. Kitchen thinks is good against aggro decks, right? Oh wait, I have 4/4s and 5/5s, not Wild Nikotl. Remember when Wild Nikotl was banned? Here's a 0 mana 4/4. I wonder if Devoted Company even made... I think I want the Fatal Pushes and the Grim Lavamancers for sure here. About the deck you're playing. Wizards wasn't smoking anything. They just weren't designing with Modern in mind. They were designing this card in Standard, but it broke in Modern. And like, it's unsurprising that this card from today broke with a card from a decade ago, right? Like, that's just how game design works. Like, I feel like anybody who's surprised that this happened, like, doesn't understand or is very unreasonable. Yeah, they made it for some kind of fair cycling deck in Modern. Like, the way Hallowed One was designed to work was it was basically always going to cost you 5 mana, or maybe 3 mana, because you were going to be discarding things, right? Or paying mana to discard things. And this seems great, right? Kill your thing on 1, Burning Inquiry on 2, plus Gurmag Angler. That's a pretty good hymn to Torok. We got Collective Company and Eternal Witness. Seems good for us. Do I Fatal Push this bird? I feel like I Fatal Push this bird. Yeah, of course the fish stayed. I slid him to the left. I'm bad and confused. They have path here? Yeah, their shotgun one represented paths. That doesn't surprise me, I guess, but I think I just need to play through it, right? We only have 2 cards left at this point. Yeah, I agree, Ness. I think the recursive threats are what make this deck good against the interactive decks more than anything else. I feel like a lot of people undervalue how good the recursive threats are. That's an interesting one to have in against me. I guess it's pretty good. I guess this deck does have a lot of instants and sorceries, doesn't it? Alright, nowhere to go but up, chat. It's a pretty good one. I'm gonna hold these lands for now, I think. Yeah, Holland 1 is the reason for the Magma Sprays in the sideboard of Blue-Red Fae. I also think Blue-Red Fae just, like, wants more shocks against decks like Affinity and Humans, but... and Voice of Resurgence, but this is definitely the matchup why those are on my board. Alright, let's just cast my bird. No, counter magic's not very popular in Modern because it's not very good by and large. Welcome to my God among men. This is my 5 mana 4/4. My 5 mana 4/4 is amazing. Look at how incredibly fair this card is, chat. Oh, I forgot that Viscera Seer combos with these two, right? So I'm dead to a thing now. I forgot about that. Jed is super correct that I should have killed the Viscera Seer, taking the extra 2 points of damage there. Bolt's a good draw. Honestly, I kind of wish they'd just get rid of Cavern of Souls. I don't think blue needs help so much as that Cavern of Souls is just like a very, very poorly designed card that wipes out entire play patterns on its own. Their last card's Collected Company, we could be in some trouble. Last card's Collected Company. Sounds good, Broods. I'll take a peek after I'm done today. Fatal Push. That doesn't actually do anything right now, right? I did flip a Faithless Looting, but I don't think I want to flash back the looting, right? Do I want to? Yeah, I guess I do, because I kind of want to hit a Delve Threat, right? Punted. Punted. Could have had another bird in play. All right, well, we get some draws and redraws here now. They're on 0 cards as well. I would be in a much better spot because they get to eat my Flamewake Phoenix now, so I'd have 2 birds racing right now if I hadn't messed up here. So I'd just be casting this Fatal Push on my next turn instead of right now. So I definitely should have Faithless Looting. I Faithless Looting at the wrong time, 10 out of 10. Alright, so we're not dead on board. I'm going to hold this in my hand in case we draw a looting ability. Counterspell doesn't fix any of the issues that blue has in Modern. I feel like anyone who thinks otherwise hasn't really played enough blue cards in Modern. Doesn't understand why these decks are bad. So we'll go to 1 and we'll eat the Sin Collector if they attack here. This implies they drew another creature. I'm just getting aggressive here. So if I would have played better, they'd be 6 lower right now. They'd have taken a bunch of hits from another Flamewake. So that missequencing on my Faithless Looting could very easily cost me this game. Attack with 1 Hollowed One again here. We are dead to a Court of Calling with this line. Worth noting that my opponent would be dead to Flamewakes in the Air this turn if I had played better. So my opponent would be dead right now if I had played better. A lot of this deck is very powerful and has a lot of cards with the word random on it, so I feel like a lot of people like to write it off as being easy to play, when the reality of the situation is there are a ton of sequencing decisions that come up in this deck. A lot of sequencing decisions. That being said, we have a bunch of draws that kill them here now. I am very anti-cantrips into Modern at this point. I think Wizards has the right approach of having less cantrips in their formats. Lethal card, lethal card, lethal card. Ew! I love having a no justice stream. Justice is overrated. Indubitably. Counterpoint. Games that generate a variety of gameplay actually test your skill more than being able to do the exact same thing every single match. It isn't skillful to memorize play patterns and be familiar with a very specific subset of things that you do with your cantrips. A good player, a player that's going to be good at Magic, is going to be able to adapt to more situations that they've never been in before more quickly. And decks having less cantrips but playing 4-ofs in them allow for more dynamic gameplay rather than overly redundant gameplay. And I get it. People that love casting Ponder and they love casting Brainstorm, they love to say Standard's all variants and Modern's all your sideboard cards and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that there's no cantrip, I'm not saying that Legacy or heavy cantrip formats are skillless. I'm just saying to imply that they're automatically more skillful than formats like Modern and Standard is ignorant of the fact of all the different types of skills that go into playing a TCG. You want your games to have no variance? Go play chess, go play Go. The reason why we play Magic is because the variance in the game makes it interesting and makes it harder to play because there's variance in the gameplay. I might clip that one. I've been going for 7 hours and 25 minutes. I might clip that one. been a while since we posted a rant clip. I don't know how long that was. That might not have even been a minute, but I think that's a good one. That's this was something that a lot of people overlook. Hey, look at that. Guaranteed turn 1 Hollowed Boy, turn 2 Tasigur. Sign me up. Can I find another Hollowed one? Gosh, we found a Bloodghast too. I don't think that's strictly true, Breckenskye. I think people overstate that. I think people overstate the impact of that, honestly. So here's the real question here. Do I Burning Inquiry? Or do I just play this Delving the Flamewake? I probably should have left this in. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to play the Tasigur. I think I was supposed to leave the Bloodghast. No, I guess that doesn't work either, though. This is the most aggressive start we've had today, for sure. I think I just want to guarantee to get the Tasigur into play. Snow-covered mountains likely implies that they're going to have a hard time taking my large creatures off the player. We'll mushmouth that there a little bit, but... Alright, I binned a Hollowed one and a Flamewake Phoenix, but I also kept a Flamewake Phoenix. So that could have gone marginally better for us, but we're still in a pretty absurd spot here, right? It's actually really funny, Diva. I actually think that while Legacy players are so focused on their cantrips, they completely overlook the fact of the number of games of Legacy that just get decided by turn 1 or turn 2 Wasteland, or lots of other factors that are just completely outside of their control. There are a lot of extremely high variance games of Legacy. Between Sneak and Show and Storm randomly killing you through Force of Will and Red Black Reanimator and Wasteland, there are a ton of non-games in Legacy. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with enjoying wastelanding, people. I'm just saying to say that, like, Legacy's automatically more skillful because it involves cantrips ignores the number of non-games that variants get pulled into that. Alright, I think I just want Thoughtseizes for these brutalities, then I'm gonna run this back. Sneak and Show is an absurd deck. It's very, very silly. Emrakul is a messed up magic card, news at 11. Now we're gonna hide the Hollowed Boy over here in the corner. Oh no! Chat, how do we ever beat a Relic of Progenitus? How do we ever beat a Relic of Progenitus, chat? They have Graveyard Hate. How do we ever beat Graveyard Hate? Go, I guess. I'm gonna have to find a way to scrape through this, chat. I just don't know. I just don't know. Alright, watch them just destroy us here anyways, but I wanted to illustrate a point. If they don't have a Braid here or like double bolt Skred, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Thank you, Tinny, for the bits. But have you heard of our Lord and Savior Stoneforge, Mystic? The stone... Oh no, chat! Chat, we were gloating! The pride cometh before the fall, chat! The pride cometh before the fall. Oh no! Can you imagine having a Hollowed One matchup that's so bad you have to board in Shattering Spree? Can you imagine just like... I definitely earned that one. That one was on me. That one was on me. Look at chat, our mistake was being on the draw this game because then we would have been able to attack them before they died. We firmly deserved that one. We are well on our way to being a 3-2 deck. Am I getting Draconic Roared here? Ratchet Bomb, yep. Just a complete and total roller coaster of emotions. It does not. If we don't have Hollowed One, it is a dead card. I guess they have Sarkin in their deck. Sarkin in their deck gives them a little bit more flexibility. I think we're dead. If they don't mess up and give us our bird back here, I'm going to concede, I think. Let's move on to the next one. All right. Hopefully our spree will not be shattered in the 5th and final one of this match. All right, this is gonna be our last match in this league with Red Black Hollowed Boys and Girls, but we're gonna be playing some Martyr proc to wrap up the day. We've got some mono white control. Alrighty, on the play, chat. We're on the play. Let's do it. Y'all ready for this? Oh no! Oh no! We lost our Angler and our Hollowed One. That's so sad, chat. Why are we so unlucky, chat? Why are we so unlucky? Alright, I've had enough of this. Alright, that's enough for me. You can have it. I got you. Skill strikes again. This is the wrap-up section where I tell you what to do and what to change. This is Mike Sigrist, Black Red Hollowed One deck list. Mike Sigrist is smarter and probably a better Magic player than me and most of the chat. So you know what you should do? You should listen to Mike Sigrist. He has an article on Channel Fireball about this deck. Has some sideboarding notes in it too. Wouldn't change a card. Confirmed a modern deck. Got our 3 and 2. All right. Moving on along. Moved, misplayed, should have discarded. Be luckier. Let me tell you about this. If the best line with this deck is definitely being luckier.